Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Stéphanie Rottet with World INLIGHT Partners, and happy to have a support session we're going to support our practice of this month. Observe with detachment. So how are you doing with your practice? How have you been playing with it? Have you been diligent with it? Or is it just something that, yeah, right, okay, it's a practice, and then we'll talk about the next month's practice, and then we forgot about it, and then we didn't do anything, and then we don't have any results, and then we wonder why. So I want to invite you to go a little bit deeper tonight with this practice, to deepen who you are as a being and your connection with the outside world and how it's affecting you or not, and how you can actually dance with life, with your projects, with what's going on in the world right now, which is a little bit challenging, but without being really affected. So this is a really, really cool thing. And I'm going to talk about tonight how to detach quickly. That was one of the questions that was sent to me in the last few hours, and that really resonated with me, because truly, yes, it's easy to say observe with detachment, but what do you do when you realize you're in full judgment, right? And it happens all the time, right? We're constantly judging, we constantly have opinions, we constantly have something that we think about what other people are doing and saying, how they're dressed, how they are behaving, and of course what's going on in the world right now, right? With it should not be this way, the vaccine, the COVID, then we have judgments all the time. And if we can actually realize this is causing us suffering, then if we can cut from that judgment, then we actually cut from the suffering, right? So you want to do that? Cool. So I'm going to give you three things that are important to detach quickly. So the first thing that I want to invite you to do is to have a morning ritual. In your morning ritual, first of all, is to greet the day, right? Breathe, feeling alive, being thankful and in gratitude that you are alive, and feeling the breath, connecting with the breath, connecting with who you are. This is the best way to start your day. But then to have the commitment to not judge, to not be in judgment, to be totally detached from what's going on anytime during the day, whatever happens, being the ex that is attacking, being our children that are being nasty, and kids just simply being kids. Sometimes it's our boss, sometimes it's new business partners, or old business partners are showing up or doing things, and just remaining detached. So it starts with an intention for the day and a commitment to not be in judgment. All right, so that's the number one. Number two is to develop the ability to be alert and to be awake, constantly in full consciousness of what's going on around us. Because if we don't have that, then we're not fully present. So to commit and to develop this ability to be totally fully in alert mode, right? So we pay attention. Like right now, I'm totally with you, but this bird that is singing beside me, because I'm on the patio right now, and I'm totally aware. The cars that are going there, I see some neighbors far from there that I hear some sounds like, and then there's a plane, which is not the common thing nowadays. But anyway, it's like really being fully present. You have your full attention on someone, like currently I'm fully with you, but still being totally alert and aware of what's going on around us. So develop this ability is number two. And number three is detecting the when you are judging. If you can really sharpen your skill at this and really like, oops, oh, I was in judgment, right? So just being aware, but now it's like, now what? I realize I'm in judgment, now what? So I would like to ask you, what system can you create for yourself to take you out of that judgment? So I can give you some examples. One is to have a sign for yourself, or a gesture, a sign, or something. I personally love put my hand on my heart and just question, what does my body or my heart feel around what's going on right now? And just come back to myself. Because what does the body say? What does the heart say? The body and the heart don't judge, right? So it's just a feeling, and feeling it, being fully aware, fully alert with your feeling in the moment, but don't engage with what's going outside. So this is a little bit of a skill, and of course it's going to take practice. This is why we do those practices, not just one day and we think it's fixed. It's something we practice every single day. And I really want to insist on that, not just when it's the day where we're not feeling good, but it's every day. When we're high, when we're low. And there are the highs and there are the lows, no matter who you are. And I would absolutely not believe anyone that tells me they're always high. So that's not a judgment. That's what is, right? So also be paying attention when it's a judgment and when it's just acknowledging what is. So this is a little bit of a skill to practice, to develop. So I'm going to recap how to detach quickly. The number one, have your morning ritual and have an intention and commit to it, to not judge no matter what happens during the day. All right. Number two, develop the ability to be alert, to be constantly, totally, fully aware, fully present, fully awake of what, and be aware what's going on around you. Totally in touch, totally in perpetual. It's communication within you, from you to the outside towards you, but you don't engage. All right. And then the third one, detecting, becoming very sharp, very crisp, very tactful in detecting when you have judged. So as soon as you see you have had a judgment, now you develop your system. So whatever works for you, again, a sign, a word, or whatever, a gesture. I, again, love to have my hand on my heart. Come back to me. What does my body, what does my heart say about what's going on outside? And not engage. So this is very important. All right, so this is the very simple technique you can use at any time. And I want to mention also something that I've had lots of people that have lost their jobs or their business is not going really strong right now and they're wondering what's going on. And I want to address this because it is our last practice around this particular practice. Next Monday, July the 6th, we're going to greet a new practice. So I want to make sure that I cover this because it's important, and many people are losing their jobs and having some conflicts and challenges, financial challenges right now. So I want to address that because this is an important moment where not to judge. If we are serving the greater plan, we never question if it's going well or not, because there is no financial remuneration involved. There is no, we're never creating something for financial gain. So it's a total other dimension. And it's also a total other vibration. So it's very different. But if you are in a business and now your business is going down, now your business maybe is not happening at all, and you know that you might have to close the doors, just say thank you. And I know it sounds really silly to say that, and it sounds maybe abrupt, maybe a little bit cocky. I want to say, I lost my job. I had a really beautiful job. I was top of the management team. It's the only woman with guys, and I was making good money, had a really great job. That was like 16 years ago. And one day I went to my desk and I had a letter there asking me to leave. We don't need you anymore. I'm like, wow. And it was like, you take the carpet underneath your feet and you just don't know where you stand, right? You're just losing all senses of who you are, because I had identified myself. I had created an identity of who I am because of that job. And your job is not you, and your business is not you. So when that is stopped, is simply God, the universe, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call it, It's simply saying to you, we need you somewhere else. And just relax. And I know it's complicated to relax in these times, right? Because it's a challenge. But just breathe. Breathe through it, greet it, and don't judge it. Right? This is where this practice really becomes very, very, very important and precious. Don't judge it. There is a reason for everything. Everything that is happening that is good, and everything that is happening that is not so good, that we were not expecting, that is surprising, that is shocking, but everything is divinely orchestrated. So an accident, a disease, the loss of your job or your business, it is divinely orchestrated. And to the degree you question that, to the degree you doubt that, that's the degree you're suffering. All right. So we all know, right here, it's so easy to have all of those tools. Oh, yeah, I know everything is divinely orchestrated. What does that mean? Really, right? In our everyday life. So I want to invite you to really raise your vibration and come in full alignment with that truth that everything is divinely orchestrated. So let's come back. You've lost your job. You've lost maybe your business need to be shut down, or you need to do something else. I want to invite you to totally release and ask now, not how can I fix it? How can I get another job like that? How can I, force into my business? That's what I've seen and heard from many, many entrepreneurs in the last few months. They're charging ahead, planning and really being stressed about what's next and how they can make sure that they have sales and money coming in. Well, the true question to ask is really, how can I serve? What do you need? Talking to the universe, Allah, Buddha, again, your God, your source, your spirit. Why am I here on this earth? What am I here to do? And how can I serve that greater plan and be a contribution of creating the new world? And if we're creating the new world based on the old, the fears, the stress, the money, the driven of that's all ego. So we will never get to our dream. All of us were dreaming of this. If we're in light, we want more light in our world. And if we want that, we must be more of the light. So I'm just asking, don't judge what's happening. Don't judge if you've lost your job. Don't judge if you've lost your business. If your business needs to be totally reinvented, maybe it needs to be revamped. Maybe it needs to be revisited. Maybe your programs or your product was not good, or not serving the greater plan, just serving your bank account. So we have arrived at a time in our life right now, in what's going on in the world, of really coming in alignment with serving the greater plan and no longer our ego and our bank account, which is a really beautiful, beautiful time. And yes, it will be rocky for a few of us for a little while. And if you can just keep breathing, and that's the key, there's the non-judgment, but keep breathing, keep being joyful into this unfolding around you, because the energy of spirit and the source, the universe, will dance with your energy. So if you're totally stressed, panicked, angry, full of resentment, that energy is not going to be easy to dance with you. But if you're open and joyful and breathing, not knowing what tomorrow will be, then that energy is going to dance with you and bring to you what you need for that next step, and to place you in front of people, opportunities, and products or projects that are going to be welcoming your gifts, welcoming who you are, welcoming your talents. And then that's for the greater plan. So now you're going to be much happier, much more fulfilled. And now you're going to say, thank God I lost my job, or thank God my business went down because I needed to change. The reality is, we don't have the courage to change that. We don't have the courage to let go of something because we are afraid of the unknown, right? So that's the invitation. Do not judge what's happening out there. Do not judge what's happening around you, for you. And do remember, everything is divinely orchestrated for your evolution. I am so full of joy by sharing this because I am fully living this. And I also want to extend my help to any one of you who is really struggling. It is just a calling and a blessing for you to become in full alignment with who you are, in full alignment with your soul purpose. And if you don't know what that looks like, this is what I personally in the coaching do. I will come and help you fine tune what needs to be removed, what needs to be enhanced, so that you can actually be that person in full alignment, in full light to serve the greater plan. So I'm asking you to reach out because I cannot come after you. I don't have time, but you know where to find me. Just ask, if you need just ask for help. And if it's not to me, ask for some people you know around you that you trust and go with somebody who is living what you want. If you want a life full of love and energy and juice in alignment with the universe, hire a coach that has that. If you want someone who is like into full nutrition and stuff, hire a coach that does that. There are so many beautiful coaches out there, and some of my clients have been just the most delicious, and I think I saw some of you online, and I know some of you will listen to the recording, but some of my clients are just emerging because they now know why they experienced what they have experienced in the last few years, their lifetime, their struggles, their challenges. They were there to grow them to a certain point where they now can fully embrace and serve the greater plan by bringing what they learn from who they are. So that your struggle is your biggest gift to now. Of course, you have to transcend it. You have to make peace with it, but you transcend it, and now you can serve and become a beautiful coach or whatever. You can create programs. Most of you who are in this beautiful community of World in Light partners, you are speakers, coaches, trainers, therapists, healers, musicians, comedians, artists. So, we all know we have that gift to give to the world, and it's time to breathe. Don't judge what's going on out there, and trust that God is orchestrating in your life as well exactly what you need for you to shine and be in such a place of enjoyment. And that's the game. That's really the game. If we miss that part, we miss life altogether. So I want to thank you for being with us. I love it that you are actually practicing with us. The love practices are so beautiful, and it just keeps you in the loop, and it's a little community that is growing, and we are helping each other. You can ask your questions. You can give a theme for the next practice. If you're struggling with something in particular, share with me. I'll make a new love practice, and then all together for a whole month, we're going to support you with what you need to actually practice in your life. So World in Light partners, next Monday, July 6th, is the new practice that we're going to greet, and it is through a Zoom, because then we can exchange. So all you need to do is to go to the World in Light partners page, and you go into events, and all of the details are there, and just click on the ticket. It will give you the Zoom link, and you can register. It is by donation. This is a non-profit organization. All of the money of World in Light partners is here to be supporting any project, any product, any service that is here to help raise the vibration of humanity and the planet. So do contribute. It's your community. It's our world. It's not mine. It's not yours. It's ours. So it's a really beautiful movement. So again, you have lots of help. Either you can come and do the practices with us. This is the basic. It's there. We are doing it every Monday here on Facebook Live, on the public group here of World in Light Partners. And you can do private coaching. Reach out to me. If it's not me, I have tons of beautiful, amazing INLIGHT coaches that I can refer to you. So just the main thing is, don't judge your situation, but do make the commitment to get out of where you are if it's uncomfortable. There is no need to suffer, and we're here to enjoy life to the fullest. So I love you all. Have a beautiful end of day wherever you are, and I thank you I'll see you next week on Zoom. All right, cheers. Bye.